Hey guys, it's your own boy, the one-way Great Dane, back with the new season, or new gem pass, I guess, depending on how you look at it, of Squad Busters. Because again, I just say that as the update comes a week before the actual gem pass seems to happen. Again, it's not a really big deal, but again, the significance of the update coming a week before is just the fact that there's new characters. Again, we've got Colonel Ruffs here, which again, just an interesting fact I got from Vadowski videos, just the fact that it's called Colonel Ruffs, whereas in Brawl Stars he's just called Ruffs, interestingly enough. We got Frank, and we've got Poco here. So again, Poco, good for healing, pretty terrible for damage as you could guess. He doesn't actually have an area of effect attack, at least unless it's his, I believe it's called Power Chord here, right? And so the Power Chord I think does area damage, but again, you can always test it in the training area here. If you just click on the arrows on the target, it'll take you to the training area and you guys can give it a try for yourself. I know Frank does do area damage, and again, despite it being a ranged attack, he is considered a melee brawler, so he's buffed by the Barbarian King. And again, a pal on the Discord that I've been talking to for a while, who usually helps me with the Pinata events, has informed me that Alita 1, again, despite very clearly having I'd say a pistol or some type of gun, is also considered a melee brawler, and she's buffed by Barbarian King. I have no idea why, but that's just how it is apparently. And then Colonel Ruffs here, his abilities are just absurdly powerful, it would seem. So he upgrades a squad member into a fusion, and I know what you guys are thinking. What happens if there's no other characters in the squad, i.e. your first pick is literally Colonel Ruffs? He will literally buff himself into a fusion character. So no matter what, every time you pick Ruffs, you're essentially getting 3 brawlers. It's a little absurd, actually, how powerful that is. And that's not even to mention that you can increase health of your fusions, I believe, again, from I think it was a Vadowski video. But it's 1,200 for every single fusion for the first Colonel Ruffs you have. Then it's only 100 plus after that. Then just this next one after that isn't as crazy, but it just helps you get even more lucky finds. But again, if you're getting that towards the end of the match, I don't know if that's even going to help that much anyway. Plus, if you're actually stacking Ruffs, I don't think this makes you get them any quicker, so this one is kind of useless if you're getting multiple Ruffs. The damage, again, I'm assuming it goes up probably like 600. This is a guess, don't take that word for word, but I'm guessing it works the same way in the heal, as it gives you a significant boost the first Ruffs, and then it levels off a lot after that, probably giving like 100 or something. Again, maybe I'm being a bit too generous there saying 600, because the attack is always way lower than the actual health, so maybe like 200 and then it does 50 or something per few, something like that. Again, all I know is if you save your rerolls till the end of the match and you get a ton of Colonel Ruffs, almost no one can defeat you. And that's, of course, they're doing the same thing. It's just how powerful the character actually is. Again, it's insanely powerful if you just so happen to have a Barbarian King that's unfused and, you know, he fuses that for you. That can always be very powerful. Or just having so much more health and damage on fusion characters anyway. Frank, I didn't really talk about. He can be really good if you get a fair amount of Frank and you get the Barbarian King again. And he almost, he's classified as defender, but you can honestly turn him into a pretty good attacker if you're able to sneak up on the enemy. And again, usually the defender is given because his attacks are slow, but that's why the Barbarian King kind of gets rid of that whole issue, you know? So it can actually be a pretty darn good attacker if you get a bunch of Barbarian Kings at the end. Again, Poco, there's not much beyond the healing factor, essentially. Again, gives more healing, does Power Chord more often, which gives more healing. And again, if you guys were able to complete the, would you say challenge, right? The Halloween challenge that gave you the characters, you could also get the Poco Lantern skin, so this is a pretty cool looking skin right here. So I'm happy about that. And again, I would say the challenge wasn't anything too substantially difficult, and they did end up giving some additional pumpkins toward the end there. Again, the one thing that's always a bit triggering is the fact that having either Mavis or Greg helped you get the pumpkins significantly faster. I'd say as much as 4 or 5 times as many per match. If you're running around in a regular match, you're probably getting like 20. With Mavis, I'd say you're getting like 60, and Greg, you're probably getting like 50, 40, and Greg and Mavis, you can easily plow anywhere up to like 100, 120. So it is especially frustrating because, again, you just can't pick your characters in this game. So I'd say it's better if you were in Squad League at the time, because then there was at least that timely reset, so you didn't have to play when you didn't have them, and then you could when you did, and that's essentially what I did, and I was able to complete it rather quickly every time I had Mavis, because she's just so good at getting more pumpkins. And she's actually still really good on the spooky map. If you just go to center, there's still I believe it's 8 whole pumpkins on 2 different sides of the center. Well, it depends on the map, but either way, there's a lot of pumpkins in the center, so Mavis is actually really good on all the spooky maps. And the other point being the actual spooky maps themselves. There's a lot of very high damage dealing characters, and I was actually kind of wanting more difficult NPCs, but it almost feels dangerous to go to the middle without at least one healing character, because they can just do so much damage, and if someone then comes in on you from the outside, you're gonna get absolutely destroyed. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. Again, I would generally say I like everything in the update so far. There's some things that I figured out talking to the support team that I'll address in a second, but again, I like the challenge. The one thing that I will mention is they still have not truly addressed Colt's challenge yet. I believe it was right before they added the spooky world though, so again, at least them adding the new world was an issue, but it still just takes way too long to complete, and that's after getting many losses to try and get those correct worlds even faster. So again, they did at least address that there is an issue. I don't know if they've come up with an actual solution or will change it the next time it comes around. I really hope they do, because I'm not a fan of the current way it operates. It's just, again, RNG. So again, a lot of this game is RNG, but when it comes to challenges, I don't think it should be, especially when you have quests here, right? If you don't like the quest, at least you can re-roll for a very small amount of coins. It's not a big deal. But when you have this quest that can be worth a rather significant amount of coins and you just can't complete it, it's kind of frustrating. So again, I guess I should... is there a point to me even showing Squad League? Again, I certainly haven't been playing much to make either local or global. Global, there's no way I'm getting on global, but local, there's a chance. But you guys gotta remember, we do have the new spooky world added, which means another reset. I didn't feature it here, but I did get another 600 tickets, and I think that's gonna happen every single time they add a new world and you get reset. You get essentially a free skin, so I definitely don't mind it in that sense. And again, you don't really get anything that special from being in Squad League besides that additional bonus every time you get reset, so there's not really all that much benefit to being on the leaderboard unless you're the top 3 globally, which is, I'd say, pretty absurdly hard to get unless you're just doing nothing but playing the game. So yeah, don't really try too hard with that. Again, let's jump into the actual gym pass. So again, I actually do have the super pass here, and I'll show you that by jumping into the shop, as it has an activate button next to it. But before I activate it, I want to clarify something. So they have a new thing that they just added to the Supercell store, where you can buy this super pass for, it's still $10, but in addition to the pass, you're supposed to get 5,000 gems. Now, I think I'll include it in the thumbnail, or at least one of them if I can. I did technically claim 5,000 gems, but it was before I opened this pass. So the gems kind of just floated up into the left corner of the screen as though I claimed them, but I didn't actually get anything from them. And as you guys know, gems aren't an actual currency in this game. They only work towards helping you complete the pass. So I talked with one of the support members to try to get an idea ahead of time before actually using the super pass. They said that once I claimed the super pass, I should get the 5,000 gems worth of progression. But that also begs the question, is that there now seems to be a much clearer way to gift, again, I say battle passes, or brawl, because I'll just say battle passes, because the passes are called something different in each of the Supercell games, right? But if you go to your Supercell ID in My Games, I guess you have this golden ticket here on Squad Busters. If I scroll down a little bit after clicking on it, there's an option to donate pass to a friend. Now I'm not gonna do it here, so don't get your hopes up just yet, guys. Okay, maybe in the future one day if I actually have spare change. But again, I did want to point out that it was an option, because if I buy the pass that's supposed to have 5,000 extra gems and you get the gems by activating it, does that mean if I send the pass to a friend, they also get that 5,000 gem progression? Because reasonably they should, but it's a question to figure out here. So again, if this doesn't work, I'll probably have to hit up the support team again, but again, reasonably when I claim this, I'm just under level 9. I should shoot up a few tiers at least, so again, that's why I already claimed all the top tier rewards, just so I could know exactly where I was, because reasonably when I activate it, I should have more rewards on the top to claim. So again, let's see if it works. Otherwise, again, if you guys do it through Google Play, I'd suggest just purchasing it through regular Google, because at least that way you're getting play points, and again, you do get some specific benefits off of play points. So that was the big question for me: do I buy it off the Supercell store, or do I buy it off of Google Play? Again, I think it really just depends on this interaction once I press the button, so let's have a look. Alright, super pass unlocked, collect the super rewards. Oh, for Pete's sake. Okay, well, yeah, it doesn't look like it worked, so again, I guess I'll just have to contact the support team again. But again, what I think actually happened when I got the 5,000 gems, and this is incredibly pointless if this is really what happens. Actually, wait, what? Hang on a minute. Okay, that's just what it looks like because I didn't claim the bottom ones. But what I think happened is they all went into my total gems collected. And because I didn't actually start the gem pass, or you know how there's that screen at the end of every pass where it's like, let's go and open the new pass. I didn't click that yet, so I think it just randomly went into my total gems collected, and I don't know if that's a bug. I'm definitely going to talk to them, and I'll probably leave an extra response in the comments of this video once I hopefully get one, but it's something to certainly keep in mind if you guys plan on purchasing your super pass through the Supercell store. Again, it could work. Maybe I just didn't realize you had to open the pass beforehand. And again, if it is a bug, I'll try to address it so they can fix it in the future. But again, well, I believe this is mirroring the exact value of the last pass, except for the I can't really click on it, unfortunately, but we have a golden executioner statue instead of an additional skin like we did last season. So I want to know, first of all, do you guys prefer having an additional paid skin on the bottom tier, or do you guys prefer a golden statue? It looks like they might switch in between each season. And then, do you guys think a 3-star evolution is still sufficient now that we have 5-star characters? That's my question. Again, bumping it up to 4-star is technically increasing that value by 10 times. So it's hard to say. Again, it's obviously not feeling as significant. It's obviously still rather good, especially considering we can't get supers out of chests anymore, though we are getting bigger amounts generally anyway, so that helps with the multipliers usually. So again, we have Nemesis Max, we have that golden executioner, and we have Solar Punk Heavy doing his little dance. And I think those are the only seasonal themed items here. The rest of the skins should appear in this shop on their own. Otherwise, it just feels like any other Super Pass or Gem Pass, whatever you want to call it. So again, the other issue that I had to address the Gem Pass issue through email because it was through the Supercell store, but the other thing I had a question about, and again, I'm gonna have to take their word for it, but I also wanted to bring this up just because apparently live chat and the Squad Busters support exists now, and probably all of the supports have live chat now, so it took me about 6 minutes to get a response. But again, my question was about the free offer we had a little bit ago. If you reach Spooky World, you get a free decoration cauldron, 3 tickets, and 3 2x chest doublers. So my question was, and again, you guys probably noticed if you look back further in my videos, I'm pretty sure I already had that cauldron in my rewards. So when I claimed it, I think it glitched out and I don't think I got anything, which is what I said to the associates here. And essentially what they said was, at first, there's technically 2 cauldron decorations in the game, so that's what they thought the issue was, and I was just confusing it. But I told them, no, I very clearly have both of the cauldrons in the top left of my plaza, and I just had them before claiming the offer. So again, what they said was, even if you did have the cauldron before, the game won't compensate you with the hammers, which is what I was hoping it would do. But they said in this case they're going to give me the rest of the content of the free offer because that's how it's supposed to work, and everything works as intended, which is an okay response. I guess I should give it a 5. I didn't actually get a reward screen or anything, so I guess I just have to take their word for it, right? Problem resolved. Again, I'm hoping they'll change it so that if you already have the plaza decoration and they do something like this in the future, hopefully they actually will give hammer compensation. Because again, if you buy it ahead of time, it just feels like you're wasting hammers. Not that they do anything that important right now besides the aesthetics, but it still feels like a waste. So yeah, again, I will try and email the support team. If they don't get back to me, I will just hit up the support chat again, and then they'll probably pass me back through to email. So again, I will get to the bottom of this. I should have 5,000 gems worth of progress through the pass, and so far the only progression I have is just from playing the game. So again, that's sort of an issue when, you know, you're buying something and expecting to get it and then you don't exactly get it, or at least not in the way that was intended. So yeah, again, I'll let you guys know how that goes, but let me know what you guys think of this Cyber Squad super pass going on here. Again, it's weird that the world is still the Spooky World, but we have Cyber Squad, but there's no Cyber World, so I don't know. I don't know how to feel about themes in this game, right? So we'll have more skins coming, but otherwise it's kind of, you know. Obviously they can't be adding new worlds all the time, but I feel like there should be more theming in some other way, like maybe change up the enemies a little bit, but maybe that'd just be too much work. I don't know. But yeah, again, I am generally happy with all the changes they've made so far. Just those small bugs or things that should be clarified, I'm trying to get to the bottom of. So again, hopefully you guys are enjoying Squad Busters and the new season, or the new Gem Pass. Let me know if you plan on buying the Super Pass, how you plan on getting it, either through, again, I guess it could be iPhone, like the Apple Store, Google Play, or the Supercell Store. And let me know which of the 3 new characters is your favorite of the 3. And other than that, again, I'll comment down below once I figure out what's going on with the gems. Because again, it's weird that they're offering gems instead of like additional coins in the first place, because again, gems aren't a true currency in this game, at least as of now. So yeah, I'll let you guys know how it goes, and let's see how far I can take this, guys.